Well, hey everyone, welcome back to the cabin. What I'm doing is I'm actually suckering these tomato plants, which I guess that's why they call them a sucker, because they suck all the energy out of the plant. It's right where your main stem is. A lot of times it'll have a branch going out, then there'll be a little shoot right in between. This little shoot right here is the sucker. So you want to be able to pull those off to allow the nutrients to get to the plant. Anyway, my dog, Smoky, he's not acting right, so I've got an appointment with him at the vet at 2 o'clock. They just called and told me that they had a cancellation. They had actually originally told me to bring him in and try to work him in. So they said when I come in we can go straight back to a room. But lately he's had stools that I've been waking up to about the last 4 days in the floor. And bless his heart, he's really ashamed of himself because he'll go sit and hold his head down because it's just not like him, right? And he sees me cleaning it up, and I guess he feels bad for me. But anyway, I do have an appointment for him. Not really sure what's going on because he's throwing up a lot. He's got a lot of white foam around his mouth. I kind of figured something that he may have ate, because the stools, like I said, been happening about 3 or 4 days. And now today, you know, I noticed him throwing up and having that foam there. So it seems to me like, and I can't really think of anything that he may have gotten into. You know, he goes to the creek all the time, feeding the animals. Every once in a while he'll grab a piece of day-old bread that I feed them, but not really sure what it is. So we'll take him into the vet, get him checked out, and see if they can figure out what's wrong with him. Anyway, yeah, these plants have really taken off since the last rain, and actually have grown in height. And I just noticed that there's lots of suckers on them, so we're going to get those pulled off, and they should be able to shoot on up a whole lot quicker with these not robbing nutrients from the rest of the plant. Well, hey everyone, this is actually the next day. Smokey's actually doing a little bit better. We just came back from the creek, so they always get a biscuit or a dog treat when they come back. He's actually eating that. He ate a little bit of dry dog food. Primarily, we don't really know what happened. They just suspect maybe it was something that he may have ate. They kind of diagnosed it as a GI problem. On the way there, he actually threw up in the back seat. He was actually passing blood in his emesis. Also, he had some really bad looking stools for the past 4 days. I would wake up in the house and there would be stools there. And Dolly, one night, she actually messed in her dog cage. So tonight I'm going to, because we got warm nights, I'm going to move their beds out here. The other thing too is we've got some wild hogs that are roaming around, and I would hate for them to come up here and start pilfering around where we've got the hog up there. So if they're anywhere around, the dogs will start barking, and then that will alert me, and possibly we could do something about it as far as running them off, or you know, my neighbor said he was going to try to set a trap. But anyway, they used to be on the big game list, but they're so prevalent. I mean, there's so many of them now, they're actually a nuisance. So they are, the season is actually open all year round on them. And so I don't have any problems because they're actually destroying the field down there. They're rooting up everything. And I don't want them to come up here and especially try to get in the gardens and things like that. But to let you all know the update on Smokey, he's doing a lot better. He's still not his old self, but he's doing a whole lot better. He's actually got some energy today, and he is up and moving around. We did, like I said, go to the creek. He played just a little bit, but like I said, he's not his normal self, but he's totally different than he was yesterday. Yesterday he was acting like, you know, he was just laying there sleeping because he had his eyes closed and he didn't really want to respond to anything. So I'm happy about that. $600 later, that's what it costs to do some x-rays and get some antibiotics and some other things that they gave me to treat him with. What I'm doing is I'm kind of replanting some beans that didn't come up. Now I had a couple of holes dug actually in the same spot 2 or 3 days in a row, so I'm not really sure what it was that came down here and got into these, but we're going to go ahead and replant them, and hopefully we'll have some beans come up in their place, because we want to be able to can quite a few beans. So that's why I'm redoing these. Well guys, we finally got all of those logs unloaded. Brian was saying to come back over and get some more ramp clusters to plant over here, and he's got a whole bed full of strawberries, but I'm going to have to find a place to put some more. But I'll tell you what, having strawberries and when them blackberries, if they ever come on, take and mix those up a little bit.
Yeah.
That'd be some good eating. Sure would. Especially on some shortbread, you know.
I should have brought you. I made about 10 quarts of strawberry freezer jam the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you remember Brian, that's where I went over and got the bamboo and the ramps, I don't know, a few videos ago. If you haven't watched that one, be sure and go check it out, where we went and picked up that bamboo. I told him that I'm probably going to have to come over there and pick up the tops too, because I'm starting to stake my gardens, and even the tops of those are 2 to 3 times as big as this river cane that I used last year. So I'm going to go over there and peel those tops and try to bring those back where I can continue to stake my beans and stuff like that, cucumbers and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to they're doing some logging work over, kind of cleaning up some property over there. So I'm buying the logs off of them. That saves me a lot of time, especially with as much stuff as I've got going on here, and they're having to clean anyway.
Right.
You know, so we just transport the logs over here, pile them up, and when we get time, after we get the satellite tower up, we'll start milling on some lumber and stacking it for the new barn. But I appreciate you bringing those over here to me.
Anytime.
Well, you know, it won't be long and we'll actually be tying these tomatoes up, and then, I don't know, maybe in about a month or so, we might be getting some tomatoes out of here. Mix that up with some of that lettuce down there and some onion, put some vinegar on it, and you got yourself a good meal. This is actually river cane that I went down to the creek and got last year. I think that you can buy this. It's really nice because you can use it for many years. It's really rigid this way, but I may go ahead and brace it a little bit this way. I don't know. Pretty stout. But yeah, you can see the young man taking a sunbathing over here, or sun tanning. He's doing a whole lot better today than he was yesterday and the day before, and hopefully with that medicine he'll be back to his old self in the next day or two and his shenanigans. But Anyway, guys, appreciate you stopping by up here at the homestead, hanging out with us, my son, my daughter, and I. We can't thank you enough from the bottom of our heart for all the support that you give us on both of our channels. We hope each and every one of you have a great day. You all take care, and we look forward to seeing you back up here at the cabin again next time.